Michael Montaigne. Something lacking in our civil administrations. My late father, a man of a decidedly clear judgment, based though it was only on his natural gifts and his own experience, said to me once that he had wished to set a plan in motion leading to the designation of a place in our cities where those who were in need of anything could go and have their requirements registered by a duly appointed official. For example, I want to sell some pearls, or I want to buy some pearls. So and so wants to make up a group of to travel to Paris. So and so wants a servant with the following qualifications. So and so seeks an employer. So and so wants a workman, each stating his wishes according to his needs. It does seem that this means of mutual advertising would bring no slight advantage to our public dealings. For at every turn there are bargains seeking each other, but because they cannot find each other, men are left in extreme want. I've just learnt something deeply shameful to our times. Under our very eyes, two outstanding scholars have died for want of food. Lilius Gregorius Giraldus in Italy and Sebastian Castellio in Germany. And I believe that there are hundreds of people who would have invited them to their houses on very favorable terms or sent help to them where they were, if only they had known. The world is not so completely corrupt that we find even one man who would not gladly wish to see his inherited wealth able to be used, as long as fortune lets him enjoy it, to provide shelter for great men who are renowned for some particular achievement, but who have been reduced to extreme poverty by their misfortunes. He could at least give them enough assistance that it would be unreasonable for them not to be satisfied. In his administration of his household affairs, my father had a rule which I can admire but in no ways follow. In addition to keeping a record of household accounts entrusted to the hands of a domestic bursar, making entries for small bills and payments or transactions which did not need the signature of a lawyer, he told the man who acted as his secretary to keep a diary covering any noteworthy event and the day-to-day history of his household. It is very pleasant to consult once time begins to efface memories. It is also useful for clearing up difficulties. When was such and such a job begun? When was it finished? Who called at Montaigne with their retinues? That's a new one. How many came to stay? It notes our journeys, absences, marriages, and deaths, the receipt of good or bad news, changes amongst our chief servants, things like that. An ancient custom which I would like to be revived by each denizen in his own den. I think I am a fool to have neglected it.